Most of your fears are bullshit. We live in a culture that is plagued by irrational fears. Now, I'm not talking about fear of rattlesnakes or some shit like that, because the solution is pretty obvious. Don't step on fucking rattlesnakes. I'm talking about fears like fear of rejection or fear of failure. The fear that holds us all back in life. The main thing that we must recognize about this type of fear is it boils down to fear of being uncomfortable. You've got to learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And today I'm going to share with you one exercise that you can do to get over this really easily. And then I'm going to share some thoughts that will remind you that your fear of rejection and fear of failure is just some bullshit that you're telling yourself. So the first thing you got to do if you want to conquer fear is you got to shift your perspective. Instead of focusing on what can go wrong, focus on what can go right. Does the benefits of doing something outweigh the benefits of not doing it? Here's an example. Approaching a girl at a bar. The worst thing that can happen at that moment if you do it is you go over there and you get rejected and you feel embarrassed. But the upside, if you go there and you talk to her and you hit it off, you might have just scored yourself a nice decent hookup there, friend. Or maybe even a life partner if you're into that sort of shit. Just make sure if you do wife her up, you get your ass a prenup, because what could go wrong will definitely outweigh what could go right if you don't. However, in this example, the potential upside of approaching a woman definitely outweighs not approaching, because not only if you are successful, you get the girl, but you also gain experience and makes approaching the next girl that much easier, regardless if you fail or not. Because the more you do something, the easier it gets. Moral of the story is identify the pros and cons of doing something, and if the pros outweigh the cons, stop focusing on the cons and start looking at the pros, and it will motivate you to act. This is not just for approaching women at a bar. This goes for everything in life. Every uncomfortable decision you have to make. Life is like going to the gym. In order to yield significant results, you gotta get uncomfortable. Here's an exercise that I like to do every morning that teaches me how to conquer fear and how to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Every morning, no matter how I'm feeling that day, or no matter how much I don't want to do it, I go into the bathroom, I take off my clothes, and I jump into a cold ass shower. And let me tell you something, there is not a goddamn soul on this fucking planet that hates the cold more than I do. But I do it anyway, because it teaches me to run towards things that I don't want to do. And it teaches you how to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Most people will be too scared to do this. See what I mean about most of your fears being bullshit? A little cold water ain't gonna kill you, but the majority of people are probably too chicken shit to even give it a try. So trust me, do this, and you will understand how most of your fears are really stupid and irrational. The chances of the girl that you approach at the bar biting your ear off and stabbing you in the face with a broken beer bottle are pretty slim. So just go for it. Stop focusing on the negatives and start focusing on the positives. Anyways, that is it for today. If you enjoyed the video, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and as always, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.